But giving a guy a soup. You know, you got your hungry mans in prison, these dudes with the sad puppy dog eyes when they see you mealing up and you just eating in front of them. Oh my God. And they just looking at you like, what? Why are you looking at me like that? I'm not giving you anything. Nothing. This is prison. Go steal some shit. As I begin this, the first thing that I want to say is I've really enjoyed getting back to the prison content, and it's been awesome to see that you guys have been enjoying that as well. I've really enjoyed creating the videos that I have lately and trying to incorporate the skits and the humor with those videos, and also getting a chance to see, based on the comments, that you guys are enjoying those videos as well. You guys have also been leaving a lot of comments with suggestions of videos that you'd like to see me do, including the video that I'm making here today, which comes to us from the comment section in an awesome person by the name of Beta Ray Tasty, who says, someone on an earlier video suggested the top acts of kindness you saw in prison. That'd be cool. First thing I want to say is shout out to you, Beta Ray Tasty, for the awesome suggestion, and also shout out to the someone from the earlier video who had made the same suggestion. As I think about this, you know, I'm kind of conflicted on this idea. One, I don't know if I'm going to be able to do too many skits in a video like this. It just, I don't know. I'm going to try. I'm going to try to make it pretty entertaining as, you know, initially just thinking about doing this. Also, you know, I want it to be known that, you know, you're not going to have all that much kindness taking place in prison. In terms of, do you got more kindness or more treachery? Obviously, the treachery is going to be a lot higher on the totem pole in terms of that type of stuff happening because it's prison. And it's sad to say, but in prison, you know, you do have some of the worst of the worst. The worst of the worst are there. They're there for a reason. A lot of them are. Some people are there and they're innocent, and that's just sad. But the fact remains, kindness is just going to be a scarcity while serving time, whether in jail or in prison. Now, also, let me note that just because it's a scarcity doesn't mean that it's not gonna happen. There are people who do kind things. I've done kind things while locked up, not all of the time. It's a dog-eat-dog world, just like out here in society. I mean, it's sad to say, this is my opinion. You don't have to agree with this, but you know, a lot of people are just out for themselves. And once you start to feel that and believe that and see that, you know, maybe not everybody does, you know, you start to be the same type of way. The world. Let me stop before I get off track. Kindness, kumbaya, let's get into it. It may sound crazy because even though you're not going to have a lot of kindness, you will have some. And today we're going to talk about all sorts of kindness that I've seen and also all sorts of kindness that just takes place in general while serving time in prison. So it's with all of that being mentioned that what do you say we just go ahead and we dive? What should I do? I want to do something kind, but I just did the air hug. Dive. Let me go in my bag and pull out that ramen noodle soup to give to you as a gesture of kindness. Vuh! Head first up into this video. I thought about whether or not to make this a top 10 or not, and I think I've decided against that because I'm pretty sure I've got more than 10. I've probably got a bunch of things in terms of kindness, which is ironic because I was just saying that, you know, not a lot of kindness does take place. Some of the kindness that I'm going to mention in this video could have the adverse effect. We'll talk about that as well. But let's go ahead and begin with something I mentioned right at the beginning of this, that, you know, I've done kind things while locked up. And in one particular case, I hate this. This is like filming you giving $20 to a homeless person. Like, I'm not doing this to like toot my own horn. I'm no angel, okay? But maybe not all heroes wear capes, they say. I remember it was a holiday. It was like after 9 o'clock. I remember that because it was the nighttime phone time, which is one of the hardest time slots to get in on a phone. You've got your gang members on phones, you got your Bloods, your Crips, your MS-13, your white dudes. Like, the phones are usually all tied up. All jacks are upside down. We just did a video about the most prisony things in prison. Somebody had made a comment saying putting the phone receiver upside down. Awesome comment right there, an awesome mention. Yes, that's something that they will do. They'll leave notes and tags and shoestrings and trip cords and IEDs. I mean, they will leave so much shit on that phone to let you know you are not getting on that phone. And go pick up that receiver if you want to. If you're not in that car, you ain't using that phone. Well, I had me a time slot on the phone. I remember I had like two or three clicks. That was my time slot at nighttime. So you're talking about 30 to 45 minutes of phone time that I had. And again, all the phones are all tied up. It was a holiday. Pretty sure it was like Father's Day, or maybe it was a birthday. I can't remember what it was. But there was this dude. He was a good dude. His name was Tim. Tim was a huge, huge white dude covered in tattoos. Sadly enough, Tim has passed away. I'm pretty sure that he OD'd out here. Very sad situation. This dude was an animal. You know, when you think about how big this dude was, health was such a huge concern to this dude. Sadly enough, he's since passed away. However, while locked up, Tim came up to me, and you know, he wasn't like doing this intimidatingly, because he could have if he wanted to. He was big as shit. But he asked me, he was like, "Hey, Joe, you know, you hit me with the sob story. Hey, it's Father's Day," or "Hey, it's my birthday," or "It's my kid's birthday. I can't remember what it is." He was like, "Look, man, I just need one phone call. I don't need a three-way. Can I just, you know, can I use one of your time slot calls? Your timeshare phone time calls?" He had asked everybody else had said, "Oh, nah, today, nah, not tonight. To any other night, Tim, you could have, but not tonight. My girl find out whether it's a boy or a girl." Yo, you've been locked up for 4 years. What? She's pregnant. Wow. Tim had went and asked everybody else. Everybody else had said no. He came and asked me. I said yes. I gave up a phone slot. Not a big deal, but it was a big deal to him. It was a kind thing that I did. I've done other kind things as well, and I'm not going to make this all about me. I want to make this just about kind things in general that take place in prison. So with that being mentioned, let's go ahead and jump into more of this first thing, and that is giving up some phone time, giving up a slot on the phone for a dude who's not in a car. He's not bold enough, strong enough, forward enough, brazen enough to go up to that phone and be like, "Yo, I don't care which one of y'all sets got the phone. I need to call my girl because tonight she finding out if it's a boy or a girl. And who cares if I've been locked up 4 years? I'm going home to raise that. Yeah, I'm going to raise that." Helping a dude get on the phone, giving up a phone slot, and also making a three-way. There's a lot of acts of kindness that come from the telephone in general. Now, on the flip side, there's a lot of BS that can come with it. Fights that can come from, "Oh, you said you was getting on the phone. Bing, 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 bing. Not tonight. Bing. Not tonight, Jack. You ain't getting up on that, Jack. Not my Jack. When I'm trying to talk to my girl." Yeah, me and Jody, we share with her. I also mentioned at the beginning of this the adverse effect from kindness. And speaking of the phone, I've talked about this here before, but maybe some of you haven't heard this story. There was a dude that I was locked up with, super cool dude. He was a good friend of mine. Can't remember his name though, that's sad. But anyways, he had been at a level 1. He ended up getting transferred to the level 2 when I was at Haynesville. And while at the level 1, he ran this place. He was the man, the plug's plug. This dude was getting all the tobacco in, getting all of everything in. His girl was dropping it off. Well, he ended up getting knocked off. Now, when he got knocked off and sent to the hole, mind you, while at the level 1, he had a homeboy, his right-hand man, that he was looking out for. Dude didn't have nothing. He was telling me all about this dude, looking out for him, helping him with phone calls, and he trusted this dude so much that he was just letting dude pick up the phone and call his girl, called dude, the plug's girl, so that she could make three-ways for him. That's how much trust this guy had for this dude. But again, you know, sometimes being kind can get you punched in the face proverbially. And that's what happened. You know, with all of this time that this dude was spending on the phone with his girl, the best friend, the right-hand man became a Judas, a Jody from behind bars. Yo, dude went to the hole because he got knocked off. Well, homeboy was still out there in, you know, population, able to call to go, "Yeah, you know, hey, gosh almighty, yeah, he got locked up. Yeah, he got locked up. He said he ain't gonna tell on you though. Matter of fact, I'm gonna make sure he don't tell on you, girl. You know, all this time we've been spending talking to one another, I kind of feel like I know you without even knowing you." Dude lost his girl to his best friend, all behind trying to be kind. Rewind. Wasn't that the Blockbuster thing? Be kind, rewind. Woo, that's a throwback right there. I'm about to put that in my next rap. Hey, yo, some of y'all so dumb to the time, y'all don't even remember Be Kind, Rewind. Woo. Open your eyes, don't be blind. Pick up and see the signs. You know, a lot of the kindness that's gonna make this list in this video is gonna be about giving things, which you don't want to give everything, if you get my drift. Not the Junes, don't give those away. I mean, there's a line that you got to draw in the sand in terms of being kind in prison. Sometimes that kindness, oftentimes, can get taken for granted or for weakness. But giving a guy a soup, you know, you got your hungry mans in prison, these dudes with the sad puppy dog eyes, when they see you mealing up and you just eating in front of them. Oh my God. And they just looking at you like, what? Why are you looking at me like that? I'm not giving you anything. Nothing. This is prison. Go steal some shit. Which, ironically and interestingly enough, you know, I've seen that happen before. You be kind to a dude. You give a dude a soup, or you give him some scraps from your meal, or when you've got too much sausage left over and you didn't put it all in the meal. Hey, here's the sausage. Go find you a soup. Here's a scoop of cheese. Go find you some crackers. You know, I've seen this. Like, you give a dude who's less fortunate, who don't got nothing, some things, and he starts to see that you got some things. Yeah, I've seen these hungry mans turn around and rob dude. Dude goes out to wreck, he comes back, his locker's been popped open, his lock's been popped, and all of his shit's gone. And it turns out it's the guy that you've been looking out for. Now, I don't say these things to like deter anybody who's potentially going to prison. If you're potentially going to prison, you know, that whole be kind thing it's a fine line to finagle. But this is the type of shit that happens. You try to look out for a dude and he stabs you right in the back, straight Judas. And with the food tip, there's so much stuff that comes into play with this. Giving a dude a cup of coffee. You know, hey, you know, I see that you're having some trouble waking up early in the morning here in prison. If you don't have any coffee, here's a cup of coffee. You know, that can turn into, here's a great analogy for what that could be like. And the soup thing too. Seagulls, which are synonymous with the prisons that I've been at here in the state of Virginia. I don't know if there's birds in every prison to the likes that there are here in this state, but in the summertime it's seagulls, in the wintertime it's ducks, or it could be, maybe it's wintertime it's the seagulls, and the summertime it's the ducks. Damn, I've been out of prison long. I forgot which season which birds come in. But anyways, you give a dude a cup of coffee. Hey, yo, I just noticed that you're less fortunate and I need me some karma in my life. So look, here's a cup of coffee for you. And as soon as that transaction takes place, as soon as you hand that cup of coffee over, it's like, here you go. Yo, you got a cup of coffee? Hey, I just need you to give dude a cup of coffee. Hey, you got a cup of coffee? I'm trying to get a cup of coffee too. I ain't got no coffee. Hey, you gonna look out for the cookout? I ain't got no coffee. Hey, I'm tired as a bitch of being in here with no coffee. That kind of shit's gonna go out the window real quick when you look at your bag and say, damn, I ain't even got no coffee now. Coming back on commissary day, boy, that kindness, you're gonna learn real quick to be, you don't gotta be that damn kind. You're gonna feel like you at the strip club making it rain. Hey, yo, you got a soup, you got some crackers, you got a sleeve, hey, you got some cheese, you got a Twinkie, you got a Hostess cake, you got them Junes I can get. You best not be giving away a whole lot of stuff. You're gonna learn real quick that that's gonna leave your ass with nothing. And then when they got it, hey, yo, you remember when I had some commissary and I looked out for you? Well, I couldn't help but notice that you got, whoa, what you mean? Hey, why you shut the door on me? There's not even any doors in here for you to shut. And you just straight turned the cold shoulder to me. You ain't shit. Dude's gonna want you to be kind all day long, but when the shoe's on the other foot, will they be in return? I asked that rhetorically. Sticking with food, let's continue that. Being in isolation, some kindness can definitely take place in isolation. You know, you're back there, you ain't got no commissary. That's one of the disciplinary things that takes place. They take your commissary. The only thing you can get is hygiene and stationery. Like, you're gonna eat a stamp? I had to eat toothpaste. But sometimes you might have the right guard. And that right guard might slide an extra tray through your chuck hole. I'm not talking about an extra hot dog tray because you done told something. I'm saying a dude who just looks out. They got extra trays, he slides you an extra tray. Now, adverse effect to this, that guard loses his job or gets knocked off or is no longer allowed to work down in isolation, that cool guard, because the guy 2 cells down done seen you through his little mirror that he's got positioned outside of his cell. That son of a bitch just gave Jay Smoot a damn extra tray. Hey, excuse me, officer. My toilet's jammed up. Could I get a request form? Dear Warden and Governor of the state, This DEM effing guard done gave away your hard-earned state food. Fire him. Dudes will tell quite often in prison when they see you getting something that they're not getting. Oh, if he's getting it and I'm not, that ain't gonna happen. That ain't gonna fly. Just like a guard might slide that extra tray, you might have a certain trustee that does the same thing. That dude's risking his job, his prison job, to look out for you. It's a super kind gesture that takes place. And let me throw this in here. I am incorporating a lot of skits with this, and I'm happy that I'm able to do that. But in all seriousness, you don't realize how important, how powerful, how tear-jerking, Lifetime type of movie that type of shit is until you're on the receiving end of that kindness. That son of a bitch, God, somebody, I just threw a freaking milk jug of piss on that officer last week. Gosh, I threw a freaking prison stink bomb on him and he still slid me an extra beans and rice tray. God, he's a good guy. I said I was being serious and I still threw a skit in there. Am I addicted to skits? That shit will mess you up when you're on the receiving end of that kindness. That's a powerful thing. Another thing when you think about kindness that takes place in prison, and there could be a really big adverse effect that takes place from this, and that's standing up for a dude. You know, a weaker, lesser prisoner who just can't do it, his backbone is softer than some silly putty, and you know, hey, look, you ain't gonna keep messing with this dude. I don't know him. Oh, he got them type of charges? Get him. Get you on your own stick. But standing up for a dude, I've seen it happen. Whether you're standing up for him to the block bully or to a horrendous correctional staff member. And, you know, with that right there, in terms of acts of kindness or courageousness or acts of bonding and coming together, I have never seen prisoners come together more. We're talking about all different walks of life, all different sets come together than when it's time to get rid of a messed up guard. Whether you got to push the paperwork on that dude, tell the higher, yo, that dude's bringing the pack in. Yeah, that dude touched me in the shower. Yeah, like whatever it takes, dudes will go to the utmost length to get rid of a messed up guard. And you know, it's hard. They got cameras in there, so you got to fight the camera too, but it's hard to combat against 100 voices saying the same damn thing. Might sound messed up, but when you're locked up, hey, there's no rules in fighting. And time's already hard enough. When you got a guard in there making life even harder, oh shit, you got to go. You got to go. Yeah, that man brought me a in prison. He brought one of those. I don't know how he got it, but he brought that. So he got to go. Now, I don't want to make it sound like all the guards are horrible, so I want to, get back onto acts of kindness that come from correctional staff members. I have seen it. I've seen guards sit there and try to talk to dudes who are going through it, dudes who are just, broken up. They got some bad news from home. A family member died. Hey, yo, look, hey, is there anything that I can do? Can I make a phone call? Yo, guards will, some guards, they'll call you out there. You might look like you're going out there to snitch or something like that, but you're getting a phone call. You're getting an opportunity to use a landline, like a real phone, to make a phone call. I've seen guards get off their shift and go check on a person's loved ones. That can have an adverse effect. They fell in love. But not all people that you're locked up with are horrible people. And sometimes I think the point of this whole video should be that, even in a situation as negative and as horribly looked at, as frowned upon as prison can be, people's true colors really come out. And even though that sounds like that would be the worst thing, like their bad true colors come out, you really see that there are some good people in this world, whether they're people who are locked up or they're people who work in a prison. So when you think about top acts of kindness, those are some things that definitely come to mind. I had mentioned it in another video a long time ago. I had a bunkie by the name of Kenny, K. Weaver. I don't know where this dude's at. God, I wish I knew. He was a great friend of mine. And on my birthday one year, even though it was kind of comical and he was doing it to be funny, this dude made me a birthday card. Now, as funny and as, bromance as that might have seemed, that shit meant a lot to me. That shit really meant a lot to me. And in turn, for Kenny, who didn't have anybody at all when I met this dude, I put this dude on. I looked out for him. Every time that I cooked, he would cook for me, but we would eat amazing together. And I helped him get a pen pal, and that's another act of kindness that I got to mention. I'm trying to wrap this video up, but things just keep coming to mind. And I've really freestyled a lot of this video, so I truly hope that you've enjoyed this. But does she got a friend? To put a dude on to vouch for a dude, to get them some sort of a pen pal, companion, a girlfriend, a wife, a future wife, somebody to come visit them, somebody to ride with them, to send them things and, to be there for them. Yo, that is an act of kindness right there that is beyond question. And not just for the prisoner who orchestrates and connects A to B, but for the person who takes the time out of their life to be there for that person who was locked up. So to all of you out there who watch these videos, if there's any of you who do, who have a loved one who's locked up, who you have been there for, you write to, you visit, you phone call, you do everything for this person or as much as you can. Yo, you are the ultimate act of kindness in prison. So, I kind of think I should dedicate this to y'all. I'm going to wrap this up. I probably forgot a whole bunch of things, and if I did, if you can think of any other acts of kindness, please comment down below and let me know your thoughts. As always, until next time, enjoy life, the free world, never take a moment for granted, and make the most of every day. Peace!